Today, and we'll tap into our senses and we'll get rid of whatever stressors from the day were brought upon us. And you can do so by letting your palms rest comfortably in your lap. Send your gaze down to the floor. And when it feels available to you, you may close your eyes and notice any color you see. And notice where your awareness in your body goes to first. Just noticing. Allow your mind and your body to scan. No particular order. Knee, shoulder, chest, sit bone, foot. Just noticing where your awareness is scanning around your body. Bringing absolute awareness to each of those body parts, knowing that you have them. So if you're scanning quickly, I encourage you to slow down and pause at your next body part that you land on. Maybe it's my elbow. And then notice how it's bent, notice how it's relaxed, notice if it's tense, notice if it's contracted, notice if this is a place in your body that can maybe get a little subtle movement into it. And then keep doing that as you scan your body, pausing at certain body parts, any one, noticing how it feels, notice what's resting on it, notice what it's resting on. Remind yourself of its use and what it does for your body, its role. Or maybe just notice that it's existing. It's there. You have a toe. It exists. When you're ready, notice that you're breathing. Notice that air is going into your nose, and notice that air can come out of your nose. Your mouth is soft, your jaw is soft. Notice how it feels for your chest to expand forward, maybe outward. Maybe feel your shoulders move. Notice if your belly expands, maybe you sit up a little bit taller, you give space for your belly to move. Notice the sound that your breath is making when you breathe in. And then when you breathe out. Maybe it's an ocean wave. Allow your body and your torso just to sway side to side. We're adding in a little bit of movement, so maybe dropping your elbow down to one thigh, elbow down to the other. Keeping your spine nice and tall, your head staying right on top of the neck. Moving side to side. Palms can maybe come onto your knees, still moving. And if it feels available to you, starting to take some circles, dropping your chest down towards the earth and then all the way back up. You can move with your breath. It's an exhale down and inhale up. Keep moving like this, being intentional. Noticing every point of contact that your body makes with your mat. Noticing any sensations that arise in your body, and then you can take it in the other direction whenever it feels available. Other way. Inhale up. Down, down. So using that ocean breath, we'll call it. Breath that sounds like the waves crashing. Take one more. And Then pause, rolling our wrists, so sending your wrists down, pointing them down, or your fingers, I mean down, so you're bending at your wrist. Maybe you're curling your fingers in towards your wrists, and then upwards fingers, so really spreading your palms, getting a stretch in your palms. Super underrated, but our palms love it. Other way again, flipping and expanding. Another thing you can do is, if it feels useful, you can flip one palm and the other palm is facing up, and then just a light push. You are pressing them against one another. Give yourself a breath. And slowly release that. Feel free to shake it out. Maybe fists are closed when you do that, or fists can be open. And then other side, flipping one palm down, the other palm up, and then equally pressing them into one another, and let yourself have a breath. Then release. Shake it out. Arms can come up overhead. This time interlace your fingers, flip your palms, and press them up to the ceiling. And breathe. See if you can even pull your palms back, like you're trying to pull them back behind your head. Gives you chest expansion here. Shoulder stretch. And then you're just noticing where you're at here. Find what feels comfortable. Keep pressing up to the ceiling and then turn to the right. And breathe. And then when you're ready, come through center and keep pressing up to the ceiling. Take it to the left and breath or two. And back through center when you're ready, keeping your palms just like this. Plant them right behind your head. Let your head fall into your palms like a basket. And let your heart shine up to the ceiling. Pressing your palms into your head. You are lifting your head off of your neck. When you're ready, breathe in, and on your exhale, you'll round your spine. Drop your elbows down towards one another. And inhale takes you back up. Moving with your breath. And exhale brings you rounding down. And at the bottom of your exhale, start your ascent all the way back up. Let's do 3 more. Yeah, take as many as you like. 3. Staying aware of how your breath sounds and how your breath moves when you're changing shapes like this. You've completed and you come up on your inhale. Keep your palms right behind your head. Now sitting up tall, send your turn to the right, pulling your right elbow back. Adding to our twist here. Hold this one, sitting up tall. So lifting your head off of your neck. And then back through center. And we'll take it to the left. So your gaze is going where your nose goes. Pull your left elbow back this time. Sit up tall. Breathe. Back through center. You can release your arm, shake it out, maybe a hug. Opening up nice and wide. Take a hug the other way. And then last movement like this, arms coming wide. Left palm comes down, right arm reaches up. Really reaching up and away from the earth. And then reaching over to the left. Finding your own range here. When you're ready, rise on up. Right arm comes down. This time, left arm reaching up and over to the right. Rising all the way up. Let's take our palms behind our back. Interlace your fingers or keep your palms on your low back. Your shoulders can stay relaxed, or you can expand your chest by pulling your shoulders back. And maybe aiming to plant your fist towards the floor, maybe a little gaze up here, right? Or your shoulders can be neutral and you're sending your gaze up. Let's take a fold with your bind. Send your chest and your belly forward. Find your limit here. Maybe just pulling your chest forward. Maybe that's what you're doing. Rather than trying to round your head like you're trying to get your head to the floor, your head might be pointing up. Your chest is pulling forward. And you can keep your bind by your low back, or you can lift your palms up away from your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Breathe. We'll slowly release your palms. Let it go. Shake it out. Find your way to the tabletop. When you arrive in your tabletop, tuck your toes. We're going to come back into a sole foot stretch. So if any of that ever feels inaccessible for you, you can move right out of it, but your toes are tucked, you're on your knees, and maybe you come back towards your heels. So you might feel a stretch in the bottom of your foot. You may feel that one foot does not want to do that today, and maybe it's just one foot you're doing it on. You may feel that you don't feel like bending all the way down. Maybe you're up a little bit. Keep breathing. We'll take about 5 more breaths. Gaze is neutral. One more breath. And then palms come back down to the mat. You can tap out your feet now. So now tops of your feet on the mat. You'll tap it out. A little sway side to side. Knees are hip width distance apart. Belly button hugs into your spine. Let's stretch our shoulders. Right arm comes up. Breathe in. And exhale, thread the needle. Bring your right ear down. Option to walk your left arm forward. And breathe. Option to take your left arm to bind it behind your back. Find your layer here, yogi. Notice equal weight in both of your legs. Notice how the sound of your breath feels and sounds. Begin to rise on up, left palm by your face, right arm reaches all the way up and then down. Pause here, step your left foot back. And then left leg lifting up. Press it back to the back of your mat. Nice long leg. So your lower half begins to engage here. And then bend into your left knee. We're going to take a couple donkey kicks. This is going to strengthen our low back in that region so that our sciatic muscle can prevent itself from igniting as it does. So when you're ready, you're going to kick your foot up to the ceiling. And then let's lower your knee all the way down to the floor. Let it tap the floor. And then on your inhale, we'll kick it all the way back up. Let's make this a slow movement. Move with your breath. Controlled movement. Spine is long. Do 2 more and then we'll hold it. On your last one, kick all the way up, hold it up here. Breathe. See if we can pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then drop it all the way down. Feel free to sway your hips, take a little shake it out. We're still gonna do the same leg. So left leg. You're gonna bring your left leg out, still bent up to your side like a fire hydrant, you can call it. We don't hold it. Then lower. See if you can do 5 more like this. Maybe it's an inhale, it kicks up, and it lowers. Inhale to kick it up, and lower. And again, we'd like to go a little slower. Nice controlled movement. Take your range. And on your last one, hold it all the way up. And pulse your knee towards the front of your mat. And lower down. Feel free to shake that out. Take a couple cat cows. You may get your blood flowing in those regions. Take the opposite side. Spread the knee to the left arm. Ready? Left arm comes up. Exhale underneath your body. Left ear comes down. Take any layer here. One more breath. We'll move out, right palm by your face, left arm reaching all the way up, breathe in, and exhale all the way down. Back to your tabletop, this time your right leg comes down and out. Lifting all the way up, flex your heel, press it back to the back of the mat, nice long leg, feel your lower half engage. Start to bend into your right knee. Foot flexed up to the ceiling, 90-degree bend in your leg, and on an inhale, we'll kick your foot up, and exhale, lower all the way down. Maybe your knee taps the floor. And again. Nice controlled movement. Really feel that engagement at the top. Keep that engagement going even down to the bottom. 2 more and then we'll hold it. Hold it at the top. After your last one. Breathe. And we'll pulse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And drop it down. Little sway side to side. And then fire hydrant on the other side. So bend into your right knee. You're going to lean it up towards the right. Hold it here for a second. Flex your foot and lower down. Take 4 more. Inhale, kicks it up. And lower. Feel free to take your time. Notice the sensation. On your last one, when you're ready, hold it all the way up. Then draw your right knee to the front of your mat towards your arm and then lower. Shake it out. Look some cat cows. Cat cows in your own fashion. Maybe 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to move into downward facing dog when you're ready. Back to your neutral tabletop, tuck your toes, and start to send your hips up and back. Feel free to keep a bend into your knees here. You're pressing your thighs back, or your belly back to your thighs. Fingertips are spread nice and wide. Ears right, centered in between your arms. Imagine you're pulling your tailbone to the back corner of the room. Bend into one knee, melt one heel down and breathe. And alternate. Feel free to linger, spend time on one side. Still pressing your chest back to the back of the mat. Nice long spine. When you're ready, lift your right foot. Start to step your right foot in between your palms. Step your left foot forward. Take a fold over your legs. Keep that bend in your knees. Feel free to sway. Feel free to grab opposite elbows. Feel free to plant your palms behind your head. Pause when you're ready to begin to roll all the way up to standing. Arms overhead on an inhale. And exhale, palms by your side. Shut your eyes closed here if that feels okay. And notice the weight in your feet. Left foot, right foot is your weight towards the outer edges, the inner edges, toward your toes, toward your heels. Can you find your weight centered? Maybe roll your thighs inward. Nice, strong, engaged legs. Standing up tall and your shoulders are relaxed down your back. On an inhale, lift your arms up. And exhale, bend your knees, fold down to the floor. Inhale up halfway. And exhale, fold, plant your palms, step back into your plank. From your plank, drop down to your knees. We'll take a half push-up. Bend your elbows in towards your body. Lower your chest just halfway. And then inhale, reach it back up. Send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. From here, lift your left foot. Begin to step it forward in between your palms. Step your right forward. Fold over your legs. Feel free to drop your head all the way down and find that sway once again. Taking some time in this shape so you can find what you need. You're ready. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms overhead. This time, palms come together. And exhale your palms into your heart space. Standing at attention, Samastitihi, call it in Sanskrit. Feel free to shut your eyes. Find that equal weight in both of your feet. Think about 3 to 4 breaths, and while you're doing that, set an intention for yourself. By your 4th breath, come up with an I am statement. When you're ready, arms overhead, breathe in. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, step back into your plank, drop down to your knees. We're gonna lower halfway, breathe out. Inhale, reach back up. And exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back to your downward facing dog. Let's do that 2 more times when you're ready. Right foot's gonna step forward. And then left foot meets it, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, step back into your plank. Drop your knees down, lower halfway. Inhale, presses you up. And tuck your toes back, downward facing dog, breathe. Last side, left foot lifts up, step forward in between your palms, step your right foot forward, fold. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. Arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold, step back into your plank. Drop down to your knees. This time, come all the way down to your belly. Palms stay right underneath your shoulders. Tops of your feet on the mat. Feet can be together or slightly apart. Your elbows hug in towards your ribs. Take an exhale. And inhale, cobra. Lift your chest away from the floor, gazes down. Just using the strength in your arms here. See if you can relax your glutes. Yeah. And then engage your glutes. Notice the difference. And then relax. Relaxed. One more breath. And then lower. Tuck your toes, press yourself back up. Find a child's pose. Send your hips all the way back to your heels. Forehead down to the floor. Breathe. Feel free to shut your eyes. Feel free to allow your knees to come wider so you can let your belly come through towards the mat as well. Your forehead is down on the mat. Feel free to massage back and forth on your forehead. Recognizing the sound of your breath. When you're ready, rising up to your tabletop, tuck your toes, find your way into your downward facing dog. From here, your right leg will lift up towards the sky. Toes point down to the floor. Your left heel melts down to the floor, and then begin to step your right foot forward. Keep your palms down on the floor or on your blocks, your runner's lunge. Keep your left palm down on the floor, right arm reaches up, twist, breathe. Hold it here, one more breath. And then lower. On your next inhale, rise to your crescent lunge, coming all the way up. Breathe. We're going to take little pulses here. So, palms can be overhead. Palms could be at your heart space. Palms could be at a goalpost you decide. Take a little bend into your back knee. And we'll take a few pulses. When you're ready, send your left knee down and then creep back up. Exhale to come down. Inhale back up. Can you do 3 more? Down, back up. 2 more. Last one. Arms overhead, breathe in, and then palms down towards the floor. Step your right foot back into your plank, drop down to your knees, come all the way down to your belly. Tops of your feet on the mat. Palms underneath your shoulders. Next inhale, lift your heart, press away from the mat, gaze it down. This time, see if you can press your feet into the mat, lifting your legs off of the mat for your knees. Next exhale, release all the way down. Tuck your toes, find that child's pose once again. Hips come towards your heels, option to open your knees a bit wider. When you're ready, back into your tabletop, and then find your downward facing dog. We'll do the other side. From your downward facing dog, can you lift your left leg up towards the sky? Your toes point down to the floor. Your right heel melts towards the mat, and then step your left foot forward. Palms on the mat or on your blocks. Right palm stays down, left arm reaches up, twist. Take 2 breaths. Release your left arm down to the floor. And on your next breath in, when you're ready, rise up, crescent lunge. So here, arms can stay overhead. Arms could come to a goal post. Palms could come to your heart. Little bend into your right knee. And we'll take some pulses when you're ready. Bending, sending your right knee down to the floor. Back up. 4 more. 2 more. And rise, arms all the way up, breathe in. Exhale, palms come down. Step your left foot back. Drop your knees down, lower all the way down to your belly, our last cobra. You can change this one up. So remember, your feet can press into the mat to lift your knees off of the floor, really engaging your lower half. Your palms underneath your shoulders. Or maybe this time with me, we do little to no weight in the palms. When you're ready, breathe out. And inhale, lifting your chest, maybe a little to no weight in your palms. Breathe. Take 2 more breaths. You can lift your chest 1 more centimeter. And then release. Tuck your toes, send your body back into that child's pose shape. Rest here, forehead down on the mat. Start to walk your palms over to the right. Take a stretch in your left side. Walk your palms through center. Take it over to the left, other side. Palms back through center, child's pose. Lift up to your tabletop. From here, left leg steps back, lifts up, and then maybe right arm reaches forward. Release, take the other side. Right leg comes back, lifts. Left arm comes forward. And then we're going to switch all the way down. Right arm, left leg, breathe in. Exhale down. Left arm, right leg, breathe in. And down. 2 more on each side. Moving with your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one on each side. Back to tabletop. Tuck your toes and come to your downward facing dog. When you're ready, gaze forward and start to step nice and slowly all the way to the top of your mat. Find a forward fold. Let your head drop down. And begin to roll yourself up. Maybe arms overhead. And palms down to your side, or palms can come to your heart space. Shut your eyes if that feels available to you. Equal weight is in your feet. Notice your feet or hip width distance apart. On your next breath in, arms overhead. And exhale, sit back into your chair. Bend into your knees. Imagine your chair somewhere behind you and you're reaching your tailbone back. Notice how your weight might naturally come towards your heels when you pull your hips back. Breathe. Next exhale, open up to the right. Inhale forward. Exhale opens to the left. Inhale forward. And exhale fold. Inhale up halfway. And exhale fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. And this time stepping your left foot back just slightly, coming to the ball of your foot. Coming into our warrior 3 balancing shape, starting to send your weight into your right foot and begin to kick your left foot up. Toes point down. Maybe begin to reach your arms forward. Keep kicking your left foot up. Option to bring your palms towards your heart, your palms behind you, your palms to your side, or exploring where your arms. Take 3 breaths. And then slowly come out, bring your left foot down, come back up to standing. And then feel free to shake it out. A sway side to side or any shape really of your choosing like to take. Arms overhead, breathe in. Exhale, fold down, forward fold. Now up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale brings you all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Breathing naturally, this time step your right foot back onto the ball of your right foot. Your left foot is where your weight will go. When you're ready, begin to lean forward, kick your right foot up. And then maybe begin to parallel your body, sending your chest down, kicking your heel up, warrior three other side. Arms reaching forward. Palms could be at your heart space. Maybe behind you. Maybe at a T. 3 more breaths. And release. Feel free to shake it out. Take a wide leg fold. Maybe your feet come as wide as your mat or wider. Let your head hang down. Palms under your head or palms grabbing opposite ankles. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Starting to close the gap in your feet, coming to the top of your mat. Begin to come down onto your knees. Going on to any side. Bring your legs out in front of you. Feel free to shake them out a little bit. And we'll take a bend into one knee. Bend into your left knee first. Your right leg points forward, chest pointing towards your right foot. On an inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, pulling your chest towards your toes, reach forward. And palms can come down to your side. Let your head hang down towards your leg. And breathe. Starting our cool down, so allow your breath to energize you or to cool you down. So maybe that looks like a little bit of a longer exhale, slowing your heart rate. Intentionally breathing out slower or longer. Ready, rise up. Keep your leg like this, arms back overhead, breathe in. And on your exhale, your left palm comes to the outside of your right leg. And we'll take a twist. Reach your right arm back. Your right arm can stay lifted or you can bring it down to the floor. Release. We'll take the other side. This time bending into your right knee, your left leg forward, chest pointing towards your left toes, arms overhead, breathe in, and begin to reach your chest forward towards your toes. Then palms come down, and then gaze down. One more breath. You can walk yourself up, keeping your legs just like this, arms overhead. And then coming into a twist. Right palm outside of your left leg, open up your left arm, your chest opens to the left. Palm up or palm down. Slowly release, coming back forward. Start to lower down onto your back, keeping your knees bent, maybe arms reaching forward. How slow can you go? Palms down by your side, maybe walk your feet in a little bit closer to your glutes. Preparing for a bridge, take a breath out. And inhale, palms press into the mat. Press your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Lift your chin away from your chest. Press the back of your head into the mat. Squeeze your glutes. 3 breaths. And then lower. We'll take 2 more bridges, but different variations. So you're welcome to keep both of your feet down, or we'll take a figure 4 stretch. So crossing your left ankle over your right. Feel free to press your knee away from you. Feel free to take your layer by lifting your right leg up off the floor. Press your knee into your foot towards your chest. Take a few breaths here. Lower your right foot down, palms stay planted on the mat. And on your next breath in, lifting your hips, keeping that figure 4 shape. Pulling your left knee down. 3 breaths. Then begin to lower. Cross your left knee over your right. Send your hips over to the left, come into a twist. Let your arms open wide. Shut your eyes here. Rolling back onto your back, uncross your legs. Take the other side, right ankle crosses over your left, palms down by your side. Press your right knee up. Option to lift your left foot off the ground, coming into any layer of the shape. Nice long breaths here. You can extend the length of your breath. Then begin to lower your left foot. Palms down by your side. When you're ready on an inhale, pressing your hips up towards the ceiling. One more breath. And then lower. Right knee crosses over your left. Scoot your hips over to the right. Drop your knees to the left and allow your arms to open up. Roll back onto your back. Take your time, uncross your legs. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. Begin to windshield wiper. Your arms can stay wide or your palms can come to your chest. Drop your knees to the right and then drop your knees to the left. One more time like that, and then we'll hold it whatever side you're on. Dropping your knees all the way down to one side. Let your legs and your feet get heavy. Release any tension in your belly or your chest. Lift your knees up, drop your knees to the other side. Release your legs, your knees, your feet, your belly, and your chest. Lift your knees up. Allow your legs to come long. Reach your arms overhead, wall to wall stretch. Palms by your side. Bring your knees in toward your chest. Rock side to side. Option here to take a happy baby or any final posture of your choosing. Any movement, any stillness that calls to you for the next 60 seconds. Begin to deepen your breath, 4 long breaths. Start to begin to find your way into your final resting shape, Shavasana. And when you've arrived, maybe a breath in and then a breath out. Enjoy your final moments, stillness. Yogis, take a breath in through your nose and out. Again. Sway your feet side to side. Allow yourself to come back into this body, into this moment, into this home. Option to reach your arms overhead and take a wall-to-wall stretch. Point your toes, flex your feet. Roll onto one side. Keeping your eyes closed. Remembering that intention that you said earlier, or maybe there is a new intention here. Hear it come into your body and allow it to be. Using both of your palms, press yourself up, come back into a seat just like we started. Eyes can stay closed. Our arms come out wide. And inhale, brings your arms all the way up towards the sky. Palms touch. Exhale, palms come into your heart space. The light and love in me honors and sees the light and love in each of you. We bring our thumbs to our third eye center. This is your place of all knowing. Take a breath in, send your gaze to the sky above. Exhale, seal your practice. Namaste.